Hello, friends. There is one free document connected to your Social Security account that millions of people have either never checked or never looked at carefully. And the reason that matters is because for some people, this single document can lead to a bigger monthly Social Security check for the rest of their life. I'm not talking about some complicated legal loophole or a benefit that takes years to process. I'm talking about finding mistakes that are already sitting inside your Social Security record right now. Mistakes that can sometimes increase your monthly payment by $200, $300, even $400 or more once they're corrected. And the reason many people never get that extra money is simple. Nobody ever told them the document existed, and nobody explained what they were actually supposed to look for inside it. So today, I'm going to show you exactly what this document is, where you can get it for free in just a few minutes, and most importantly, the one section that could directly affect how much money you receive every month. Because just opening the document is not enough. The important part is understanding what to check once you're inside it. Stay with me until the end, because the thing I'm going to show you is something most people completely overlook, even though it can have a major impact on their retirement income. Before we begin, if you are not subscribed to this channel yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell notification. I cover practical Social Security and Medicare information like this all the time. Simple explanations that help you understand what affects your monthly benefits and what steps you can take before it's too late. The people who stay informed usually avoid costly mistakes. The people who don't often find out after the money is already gone. So subscribe now and let's get into it. The document I'm talking about is called your Social Security Statement. It's completely free and you can access it through your My Social Security account at ssa.gov. If you've never created an account before, don't worry. The process usually takes about 5 minutes. Once you log in, your statement will be available immediately. And inside that statement is something many people have never seen before, their complete earnings history. Every year you worked, every job that reported income under your Social Security number, every dollar that was reported to Social Security over the course of your working life. Now here's why this matters so much. A lot of people think Social Security simply looks at the last few years they worked and then decides how much they should receive. That is not how the system works. Social Security actually looks at your 35 highest earning years. Then it adjusts those earnings for inflation, averages them together, and uses a formula to calculate your monthly retirement benefit. That 35-year average is one of the most important numbers connected to your retirement income. And the only place where you can personally review the raw earnings data year by year is inside your Social Security statement. So why does checking this statement sometimes increase someone's monthly benefit? Because the information inside that record came from payroll reports submitted by employers over decades. And sometimes those records contain mistakes. Maybe an employer reported the wrong amount. Maybe a year of earnings was entered lower than what you actually made. Maybe an entire year appears as zero, even though you were working. And every incorrect year lowers your average earnings calculation, which means it lowers your monthly Social Security payment. According to Social Security estimates, even one missing or incorrect earnings year can reduce benefits by around $100 per month. That may not sound huge at first, but over a 20-year retirement, that could mean losing more than $24,000. And the problem is, Social Security usually does not contact you about these errors. There is no automatic warning. No letter saying your earnings record might be wrong. The information gets entered into the system, your benefits get calculated from it, and unless you personally review your statement, those mistakes can stay there permanently. Now, certain groups of people are more likely to find errors than others. People who worked for smaller businesses during the 1980s and 1990s often have a higher chance of payroll reporting mistakes because many records were handled manually back then. Self-employed workers, freelancers, contractors, and business owners should also pay close attention because self-employment income was not always reported correctly. People who change jobs frequently may also have a higher chance of missing or incorrect earnings because every employer transition created another opportunity for reporting errors. And women who change their last name after marriage or divorce should pay special attention because if the name submitted by an employer did not perfectly match Social Security records, some earnings may not have been credited correctly. There's another important issue most people don't realize. If Social Security sees fewer than 35 working years on your record, the system automatically fills the missing years with zeros. Those zeros directly lower your average earnings calculation. But in some cases, those years are not truly empty. Sometimes the earnings simply were not recorded properly. Finding even one missing year and getting it corrected can increase monthly benefits noticeably. Finding multiple missing years can make an even bigger difference. Here's a real example. One man reviewed his Social Security statement before retirement and noticed that 3 years from the late 1990s showed earnings much lower than what he actually earned working for a construction company. The company owner had handled payroll manually and submitted incorrect information. After the man filed a correction using old W-2 forms as proof, his Social Security benefit increased by more than $340 every month. He had no idea that money was missing until he reviewed the document himself. So here's exactly what you should do. Go to ssa.gov and create your My Social Security account if you do not already have one. Open your Social Security statement and find the earnings history section. You will see every year listed along with the amount Social Security says you earned during that year. Now compare those numbers carefully against your own records. Old W-2 forms, tax returns, pay stubs, anything you still have. You are looking for years where the reported income seems too low, years listed as zero even though you worked, or years that are completely missing. Pay especially close attention to years where you earned strong income because errors in high earning years usually affect your benefits the most. If you discover a mistake, the form you need is called a Request for Correction of Earnings record. You send the form along with proof of your actual earnings. W-2 forms are usually the strongest evidence. And here's something many people don't know. Social Security can sometimes help retrieve old W-2 copies going back decades if the purpose is correcting your earnings record. So even if you lost old paperwork, you may still have options. Once the correction is approved, Social Security recalculates your benefit amount and updates your future payments. In many cases, corrections are processed within a few weeks to a few months. One more important thing. A lot of people assume older mistakes cannot be fixed anymore. That is not always true. Even earnings problems from 10, 20, or 30 years ago can sometimes still be corrected if you have proper documentation. So do not automatically assume it is too late. Your Social Security income is based entirely on the accuracy of your earnings record. If the record is wrong, your monthly payment can stay lower than it should be for the rest of your life. And the document that allows you to review everything is completely free and available online in just a few minutes. Honestly, many people spend more time checking grocery receipts than reviewing the document that controls their retirement income. This is worth taking seriously. Go to ssa.gov, open your statement, review your earnings history carefully year by year, and if you find something incorrect, file the correction request. That one step could permanently increase your monthly Social Security payment. If this video helped you, subscribe and share it with someone you know who receives Social Security or plans to retire soon, because this is information many people never hear about until it's too late.